Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our garden tour. We'll look this week at those latest beds that had been planted out. This is my first tomato bed, and it has the trellis going on. I had a little trouble with something that came and ate the basil plants that I added in, so I had to replant those. But I've got a variety of tomato plants in here, and then that basil, I put another one in and I have it covered just to try to protect it. And then directly across is the other tomato bed, and I've got the hillbilly tomato, Wapsinicon peach, and several different green tomatoes like green sausage and Aunt Ruby's German green. And then in the middle of those, the asparagus bed. Still looking well. Then we'll peek at the row of peppers that I put in the back to kind of join them. So over here I have the Coral Bells pepper, and this is the Purple Beauty sweet pepper. Let's see if we can even get it, or all those ferns on it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do an update to my asparagus video so you can see what I did to get these ready and put in this year, because they are looking amazing. And then that bed again. Right, and then right next to it, I have this large keyhole bed that we built and installed this year. Around the outside edge, all around the outside, down and over, I planted those with bush beans. And then the middles are all onions. And then this back row right here, if I can get it, all along the back row there are the black turtle beans that I'm going to try to dry. And that's just one little row of them, just to see how they do here. So mixed in with the onions, because there was still plenty of room, I went ahead and put a couple tomatillos at each end of the bed, along with a cranberry hibiscus, just for balance. And then right in the center, to grow up the trellis, we'll do the Be It Alpha cucumber. Try to walk around the front of this. So as you can see, it's pretty long and it's doing real well. This is the only bed that I've actually had anything come and munch so far. I have these kind of right here in the front. Maybe a rabbit came and got them. Because this isn't fenced, but usually my cat patrols at night. But she's just had a litter of kittens, so she's busy with them. In the middle, in that tractor tire, I did put in some nasturtium. And they're doing well. Over here, the tulips are all done for sure. So I've got a few iris, as well as the succulents that are there, the autumn sedum, autumn joy. Okay. And then up here again, I've been watering, is the tractor tire planted with garlic. But let's see, it's kind of shadowy. Ooh, in action. Pill bugs munching on there. So I'll definitely have to get out the DE after this. Oh, they've almost totally got that one right there. So yes, we will definitely get the DE in here, because I was looking forward to, those are the cinnamon basil that I put in here, and then that's a zinnia, and then in the back I put a couple more a couple more sunflowers. So, but yes, definitely going to get out here with the DE right away. All right. So there is another one of our pear trees, and just because the limbs are so heavy laden with fruit, I put up that little makeshift trellis as well as another one in the back, but they're still really sprawling. As well as this one is resting on the strawberry bed. We'll step in here. The reason I have left this uncovered this week and not put the grass clippings on is because I wanted to be able to show you all, and don't worry, I get tired of the ugly cardboard soon too, but this is what is directly underneath here, is just cardboard, then a thick layer of wood chips, and I've planted right into it. I've amended the holes themselves, but that's all it was. It was basically heavy grass, like right next to it, along with some trees, some saplings, and then several of the wild blackberries, and I had to pull them out from years and years of being there. I've got a little cucamelon in there. I hope will grow up, and we'll let it attach to the side of that chicken coop. Still haven't decided what I'm going to plant right here to trail up this, but I do have an ancho pepper, which is a hot pepper, so I have it away from my sweet peppers. And then in here now are all the watermelons, because they'll be able to spread out. I think I've got 4 of them over here. We try to get out of the sun. And then just so people don't run and step on them, I have put the cages around them until they get used to them being there. So I have tender sweet orange, and I have, let me see what that one is. I'll let you know. I have Charleston Gray. And then the row of blueberries, which I am definitely going to net this week before the birds start getting them, because they're getting pretty close to starting to ripen, and I don't want to miss any of them. Here's the back side of where we just came in. So you can see the potato bed. That's finally starting to take off. This is the one that really had the most damage from the cat. So some are very long and their leaves never uncurled, and then some are finally liking it and taking off. But it's really weird. That's that bed. And then this will ideally all be for strawberries, but only this half has been planted with them so far. And not a lot of these are starting to runner yet, like the other section of strawberries we have down by the pool. But yeah, these are the traditional blueberries. This variety is Climax, and so these will turn the dark purple. But next to it is one of the pink lemonade bushes, and they don't turn blue like blueberries. But I still don't want to lose them to the birds, so I'll get the nets up. Alright, and back to this walkway that's beside the melons. I put in 3 different patty pan squash. Green, a white, and a yellow. I'm looking forward to putting those out on the grill. And then I've got another cucumber and a honey rock melon. I think this is another Armenian cucumber. Oh, there's my little boy out today already. So we'll walk through this back way to see a couple pickling cucumbers that I put here to trellis up, because this front area of the bed just faces the blazing sun, so they'll do great. Lemon balm. Alright, so we'll walk in through here. This is the area I've designated the healing garden. Still working on planting out a lot of my transplants for St. John's wort, mallow, mullein. I did get a few more things in this week, but it is right now just grass clippings on top of the cardboard. See? Those are the longevity spinach, and I think I'm going to leave them in there since they're not perennial here for me. That way I can take them into the greenhouse after the summer. And then I did put one comfrey right there. And this is new for this week. I tried my hand at making some teepees since I did not have a place yet to put many of my pole beans, or actually any of them. There we go. So I'll put a melon to climb up that front little corner there. Some more of the herbs. Of course, the horseradish is back over there. The rest of the horse manure compost pile that I'm finishing. And I hope these blackberries will go into our blackberry bed that I'm working on this week. Then there's another lavender with the yarrow. So we'll go back out that walk and kind of talk about what's on the right hand side. Okay, that's just some sedum under these Bradford pear trees. And then our globe artichokes still coming along. My weed tea. I still haven't put anything on those trellises back there because I haven't decided what to put there yet. And then bam, the tomato bed, Marissa's tomato bed, looks amazing. And we had another good week with the spring greens bed. We'll talk about some of those. I have been, if I can come around the back side, picking off and putting into salads a lot of the leaves of the sprouting broccoli, the one arugula that's still alive in here. And then the chard, though, I can't keep up with it. If you cut it, it will come again and again. But in here, I've left now the pak choi. It looks a lot like the mustard seeds that I have. It's similar in habit to that, even though it didn't grow like it. There's a little bit of the plant left. But I'll collect those to use next year. But this bed, it gets a lot of sun, but it also has filtered sun. So it's been really happy here, even though our temperatures have gone up, 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 and then down. That's why some of it bolted, though. We had almost a week where it was more than 80 degrees, and then back to low temps and using the heat at night. So I'm going to turn directly around because I want to show what was my Mother's Day gift from everybody. We finally got a good start to our orchard, even though we have those other 4 pear trees. I have now a cherry tree, a plum tree, found a nectarine tree in the back. We're going to see if it's going to make it. He's back here and very, very tiny. And then over there, if I can find it with my finger, I'll point. Oh, right here is our mulberry tree. Then the Arkansas black apple tree and the Granny Smith apple tree. But to get to this area, I had to have a lot of help clearing out a lot of existing trees that were there. And where you see that stump that was left and the boards that are on the ground, once we get it dug up and tilled up, I hope this weekend we will go ahead and put in the blackberry bed or the patch that'll be there and get it strung up with trellis to support them. So that's going to be a real nice area. And then I did put a few peonies in under this Bradford pear tree, and I think they seem to like it. A lot of brambles that I removed. And of course the back side there of the greenhouse again. Alright, so here we are then, ready to walk down to the pool garden area. I'm thinking this will be the last week for these mustard plants. I'll go ahead and either take them out or get the seed pods from the ones that did fall, because I'm eager to get these planted out with what I have for them in there. We had so much rain this week, almost 7 inches. So it's filled all my pots. This was full of dirt that I use to fill when I plant, and it's almost overflowing with water. So these are all the tomato plant starts that I still have left. About 1/4 of what I started with. Most of them sold quickly, and I was very thankful for that. So I have a couple morning glories in here, and these 1, 2, 3 hydrangeas that I started, I'm gonna let them go ahead and grow through the season and not plant them out until the fall. But I have a couple varieties of colors, and I'm excited about that. Our kale plant still doing well. And then another longevity spinach right here, and then back there with the purple leaves and stems, Okinawan spinach. Looks like something has burnt it right there on the top. I'll have to look at that. So excited about hydrangea though. Those are my very favorite. And this cilantro definitely needs to be cut. And so I'll stand back up. Just face that front walk. And I guess we will start over here in the lava rocks at the perennials. So I've got some English ivy that I'm trying to get to fill up this little planter to give a topiary look. The lemongrass, which didn't like it here, it doesn't perennialize. I'm going to try one more time, and if not, it'll be gone because it was so pretty in the summer in full bloom when we came to see it. But I've got two sage plants, one on either side with the lavender, whoa, tucked right in the middle. And they're doing okay, waiting to see how they take off. And that's Okinawan spinach, and it's got some Thai basil tucked in with it. I really like the Okinawan spinach though, and I try to keep it in the greenhouse over the winter because it's that good to me. Sometimes I cook it down, but most often I just grab a couple handfuls when I'm cutting greens for a salad. Alright, then there's the Heuchera on both sides, that silvery purple with the peony, and then under the peony is peppermint. And I don't know if I'm going to keep him there now. I may move him to get a little bit more sun so he's not shaded by the peony. And I'm still waiting for some bulbs to pop up there in the pot. Those are some really neat plants that I can't wait to show you. Some of our caladium in the back there in those planters are starting to come out. Let me see if I can find them. Let's see, right in there. Because I've had those for a few years and they keep coming back. And then our rosemary. But I'm right down here. One of my daughters said this looks like a tomato, and it does, but it's not. It is a dahlia, and this one is well on its way to opening, so I'm looking forward to that again. Finally starting to see a flower stalk on this daylily. I didn't think it would ever have one. So there it is. And I'm hoping to let some of these pups get a little bigger in this aloe vera, and I'll harvest them and separate them and give them away to friends again. That's what I've done many times. This has been the best aloe vera plant that I've ever had. It just produces pups all the time. Something new in the back for this week is this trellis that I put up because I have a melon plant in the back there. One of the honey rock melons. So I hope to trellis that up there. Then there's, of course, the walking onions and cilantro, the dill and the peppers. We've had a lot of rain this week, and this bed is growing, but it isn't taking off like I want to. And it might just be, you know, I went to the mulch place and bought this garden soil mix, and I know what was in it, but it's definitely not alive yet, so I'm going to have to do a lot to baby this soil along and keep it fed. I know I have worm activity in there. I'm not worried about that, but as far as the soil, it's not ready yet. So there's my another 2 Autumn Joy sedum. And that apple mint is just starting to peak up. I hope it'll really take off in there. Maybe it'll grow as well as the algae in the cement pond. Okay, and we're working on painting this. This all got a makeover. My daughter, she loves to paint and do art stuff, so I had her spray paint. This was all green, and now it's black, except for the glass top. That's the last thing we have to finish. It's a beautiful hibiscus. I cannot wait till it blooms. They are white. And I had just a little bit of hope that my patio lime was coming back. This is a little Persian lime that I brought from Florida because it was starting to leaf out. But now each of the leaves have been munched on. I have one maybe there at the very top that might open a leaf bud there. But I won't give up on it. As long as there's something green, I will try my best to get it to come back. And then I'll definitely bring it in the greenhouse this winter. We kind of just brought it down here and left it. Couple more basil that are definitely being munched by the pill bugs, sow bugs, roly-polies, whatever you call them. So I'll retreat down here with DE. And those did just go in. Those are regular Genovese basil. And over in that corner by the greenhouse, I have a bench. That's become now my little potting up area because I'm doing a lot less of it, so I don't need a really big table. But I do have quite a few seedlings that are getting ready to need to be potted up, and that's what I'm working on. Especially those peppers and another sage. There's another longevity spinach that I'm trying to root. I did a lot of work getting the greenhouse cleaned out. Maybe in the next couple weeks I'll get the bee boxes ready too. In this shady corner, if I can step down, I have found this is a great place to either acclimate plants to the weather, or because it's pretty shady, so when you set them out they're just starting to leaf out. It's a good transition from the greenhouse to the outside world. Or some of them I'm going to leave for the whole season. Like I think I want those peonies to get a little larger. And these are my 2 prize boysenberry plants. When I lived in California, I loved them. I loved the boysenberry yogurt, so that's what I'm looking forward to making. And there's that little lilac. I don't know. It's just had, it seems like the same leaves there at the top. It's got a few more, but never any along the stem. So I'm hoping some more action will take place. Or some of my pots. But then over here, ooh, tree. You can see back here, I have 2 pecan trees that I got like as bare root from Sam's Club. And there's 2 different varieties because that's what you have to cross-pollinate. So there's Colby and Stewart. Stewart is doing great. Colby is not. A couple blueberry bush cuttings that I took so that I can expand in the fall. In the front I also have another blackberry, and then behind the blackberry I know I have my elderberry cuttings Just trying to get out some more leaves and get ready to be put out. And I'll probably plant them in the fall as well. Okay. Pool toys. All right. More lemon balm and another hydrangea. I knew I had 4. This one got broken, I think, by one of our pets. So I'm hoping it will make it. So I'm rooting for it. It's just the top is broken. Because it's so many leaves and so much growth, I hate to lose it down to just a few leaves at the bottom. So we'll see. The fire pit. Oh, this is my daughter's little succulent. She's so proud of it. And more caladium that I have, and an elephant ear in the middle. A mint, it's very happy. Okay, we'll walk past our grills. All right, under this crepe myrtle, I had rooted up another Okinawan spinach, and I think it's obviously taken root because it has a lot of new growth. What else is here? Okay, that's nothing yet. And this is a Coccozello Squash, and down there is an 8-ball squash. And then this is the back side of where we were when we were looking at the bed that has the strawberries and potatoes in it. And I'll take you to the last area where you can see I had more munching. I didn't know anything would eat my pepper plants, but it did. Alright, that's the pumpkin. He's doing great. And the cinnamon basil behind it is going to need some DE. Now, I thought I had protected the pepper when I first saw it being munched by putting that netting on. It wasn't enough, but I do have a spare that I can put back in there and replace it, and we'll try again for the lemon drop peppers. And then pretty much the same story over here. 8-ball squash, he's fine, but the pepper plant completely gone, even down to the stalk being gone. And I really don't even see, right, the basil didn't make it either. So there's the back side of these 2 pear trees that are here. So looks like it's going to be another good year. I want to say thank you again for joining me on my garden walk this time. Please keep rooting me on. I need all the good wishes that you can send. I have a big project still to get tilled up so we can get the corn in, the okra in, and all those tomato plants put out. Got a little nasturtium and zinnia over here, but I thought you might like to say goodbye to the ladies and the gentlemen. Oh, we got their little comfrey over here too. Trying to keep it protected till it gets bigger. Thank you for watching. We're so glad that you stopped by Dixie Living Homestead, where old times are not forgotten.